Hola estudiantes, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Saludos. And welcome to the review of chapter 3. Okay. In chapter 3, what did what did we do? Well, we learned about la familia. Okay. So you need to know basic family members. Okay. Mi madre, mi padre, mi hermano, mi hermana, mi primo, mi prima, mi tío, mi tía, mi abuelo, mi abuela. Okay. Grandparents. And nieto, nieta, grandson and granddaughter. Okay. Nieto and nieta. Also, we learned to describe. Okay, so we will use basic adjectives to describe our family. ¿Cómo es tu familia? ¿Es grande? ¿Es pequeña? ¿Es interesante? ¿Es aburrida? ¿Es inteligente? ¿Simpática? ¿Sí? The same adjectives can be used to talk about not only you, but other family members, okay? Mi padre, mi madre, ¿cómo es? Es guapa, es baja, es alta, es antipática, es simpática, okay? So, be able to describe, okay, a person besides yourself, okay? Keep in mind the agreements: masculino, femenino, singular, plural. Okay. Also, we learned how to express actions. Okay. In our previous chapter, we learned to say, for example, yo hablo. And then we used the verb hablar to express what another person is doing. So yo hablo, but then María habla. Yo hablo, ella habla. Y tú hablas. Pay attention how the verb, the ending of the verb is changing depending on who is doing the action. Okay? And that is called present tense. That is the present tense. Okay? And the present tense is going to express what we do usually, habitually, all the time, sometimes, or maybe never. Okay? So that's what we do usually, habitually, all the time. See? In this chapter, we learned about verbs that are ending with er or ir, like comer and vivir. Okay, remember, 99% of the time, when you're talking about yourself, your verb is going to end with an O. Yo como, yo hablo, yo bebo, yo trabajo, yo viajo, and so on. See? Now, let's talk about comer. If I ask you, I have to use the you form, okay? Because the question is for you. So, comes en un restaurante. And then when you are replying, you have to say yo, and then you have to use the yo form. Yo como en un restaurante. No, yo no como en un restaurante. Mi amiga come en un restaurante. Now I'm changing the form to él, ella. And I can use the usted form too. Okay? The usted form is the same as él or ella. See? Now, if I am in a group, within a group, then I cannot use the yo form. I have to use the nosotros form. So be mindful about that. Nosotros is we. Then you are included. Nosotros comemos en un restaurante. And if I'm talking about they, then it becomes ellos comen, en at the end. Okay, ellos comen en un restaurante. So be mindful about the structures, okay? The endings. Be ready to know the meaning of verbs like comer, to eat, beber, to drink, comprender, to comprehend. Make the connection. Deber, when you must do something, when you should do something, okay? Asistir, to go to a place, to attend, ¿verdad? Vivir, where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? Vivo en Nueva York. Remember, vivo is where do you live. De donde eres is asking for origin. Okay? De donde eres? Soy de. Okay? And decidir, to decide. Like the connection with the English one. Decidir. Escribir, to write. And if you know escribir, you know basically describir, because describir is the action of describing. See? Um, be ready to answer questions like ¿cómo eres? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuál es tu profesión? Yo soy estudiante, ¿sí? ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? All those questions, you should be able to recognize them and answer them, okay? Deseas, would you like? Deseas comer. Pay attention with desear and deber, we have a different structure. We have the verb desear, deseo, and then what you have to mention what you wish for or what you must do. Okay, so you need to use two verbs. One is going to be conjugated, which is deber, okay, or desear, and then the other one will remain in the basic form. Por ejemplo, yo deseo hablar con mi amiga ahora. Yo deseo, I wish. Yo deseo comer en un restaurante. Okay? I wish to eat, ¿verdad? In a restaurant. Yo deseo estar de vacaciones. Yo deseo is I wish to be, because to be is going to express in this case the location. Yo deseo estar en mi casa. Okay? Deber, yo debo, I must do. Yo debo estudiar. Yo debo comer. Yo debo trabajar. Okay? Bien. And be mindful about the possessive adjectives. Okay. Who is the possessor? Me. So I have to use mi. Mi nombre es. Mi madre es. Mi amigo. Many, ¿verdad? Items, or in this case, people, for example, my friends, then I have to use mis because it's more than one. Mis, and then amigos, plural. Okay, the possessive adjective is plural, and then the noun, ¿verdad? If I'm talking about your possessions, I have to use tu or tus. When it's his or her possessions, then we have to be more specific because it could be confusing. The general one is su, ¿verdad? Su amigo, su amiga, or sus amigos or sus amigas. But the problem is that we have many possessors Okay? When we say su, it could be él, it could be ella, it could be usted as a possessor, the formal form. It could be ellos, ellas, y ustedes. You see, now you have 6 possessors. And in order to avoid confusion, then we use the long form first. El amigo de María instead of su amigo. El amigo de María. If we are talking and we already established that we are mentioning Maria's possessions, ¿verdad? Then we don't have to go over the long explanation. We can say su amigo, su novio, because we already know that we are talking about that specific person, ¿verdad? El teléfono de María, Maria's phone. Now you know that we're talking about her. See? Bien. And the last thing, I think that's, yeah, uh, what I want to cover. The last thing that we're going to review here is tener. Okay, tener. So we already learned that tener is going to express in Spanish your age or age in general. Okay. Por ejemplo, yo tengo 15 años. Yes, I wish. Yo tengo 15 años. Remember, in English, you use another verb. You don't use the verb to have. Okay? In Spanish, that's the verb that we use. So that is a difference between English and Spanish. Okay? Keep that in mind. Yo tengo 20 años, yo tengo 30 años, yo tengo 50 años, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Okay? So we are going to use tener to express age, but also the things that we possess. Tengo un teléfono. Tengo un amigo. Tengo una profesora. Okay? Tengo. ¿Sí? And the to form will be tienes. ¿Cuántos años tienes? And then él, ella, tiene without the S. Nosotros tenemos y ustedes tienen or ellas tienen. If you know how to work with tener, you know how to work with venir. And what you need to know is the meaning of both. Tener is to have and venir is to come to the class. Yo vengo a la clase. Yo vengo a mi casa ahora. Okay? To come. Vengo, vienes instead of vienes, vienes. Él viene a la clase todos los días. Nosotros venimos a la clase todos los días. ¿Sí? Bien. So that's basically what we needed to do for this week. And again, if you have questions, email me. If you want to go over some details that you don't understand, email me, because then we can schedule a Zoom meeting and I will be more than happy to explain everything to you. Okay? It's extremely important that you know what is the meaning of the verbs. Okay? Trabajar, viajar, caminar, hablar, beber, deber, comer, vivir, asistir, etcétera, etcétera. So create flashcards so you know the verb, okay, when you see it, and how to conjugate those verbs. Once you know that, people, then you, in general, of course, you will be ready for next semester, okay? And especially for the next chapter, because now we're working with regular verbs, but in our next chapter, we are going to start seeing irregular verbs. And then we're going to have changes at the end of the verbs, but also within the stem of the verb. Okay. And it will be a little bit confusing. So now pay attention to how you use a regular verb. Okay. Because once that is done, then when we see new verbs next week, you don't have to worry about that part. Then you focus on the other section and it will be easier, believe me. Bien. Again, questions, and if you have any question, any doubt, any comment, email me, okay? And then we will find a time to work together. Also, take advantage of the tutoring center, okay? And find a way to organize your time, okay? That will be very helpful. Bien, hasta luego, jóvenes. Chaito.